The most shocking moments on divorce court.
Your Honor, no one's there but her and I. Who took my money? I don't know.
Mrs. Cosby, you took his money?
Your Honor,
I don't know.
Your Honor,
Figure it out.
May I? Because I'm going to keep it
Go
real
ahead.
with you.
Go
You know
ahead.
what? I took his money because he don't give me nothing.
I'm young and I know y'all asked me why I got married because I love him, but at the end of the day, I'm not about to keep playing games with him.
So he was drunk, driving with his new wife with no headlights on at
Exactly.
night.
I'm in my wedding dress.
In
Yes,
your
ma'am.
wedding dress.
Yes.
Woo! Pull you over.
Henry Black is back in the divorce. Claims the same lazy and stealing dilemma as last time. The drained husband was done for 25 years of life, while the judge found these reasons invalid to end a marriage before, and we are curious how it will go this time. Cause Lisa has this explanation for her unyielding attitude.
Your Honor, no one's there but her and I. Who took my money? I don't know.
Mrs. Cosby, you took his money?
Your Honor,
I don't know.
Your Honor,
Figure it out.
May I? Because I'm going to keep it
Go
real
ahead.
with you.
Go
You know
ahead.
what? I took his money because he don't give me nothing.
Eee! Woman got no shame for her game. She admitted to stealing quite openly. However, Mr. Black tried to solve this problem by making her partner in his business. But did it do any good? Nope, not at all. As in just 3 weeks of her joining the work, Lisa wanted a raise and threatened to quit if her demands weren't met. And if you think that is too much, listen to what she did next.
She wanted to get paid before the other employees. She wanted them to quit when she quit.
Were you going to strand the man with no employees?
Yeah.
You know what? Everybody get paid $11. Now, he done gave his other family member advance payment of $200. Now, why I can't get my money?
Wow, Lisa was surely loud, and she was in the courtroom to spill the beans, as she further told the court how Mr. Black's super sweet meddling mother was frisking sourness in their marriage by instigating her son to trample with his wife.
She always intervene, and you know what he do? They call the police on me every week and try to put me out. But let me tell you something. I told them I ain't going nowhere. You gonna have to have a crane to put me out of here. So you two live in the house with his mother? With his mother.
So there was no getting rid of Miss Tood, but she was being a little too much, thinking her husband should abandon his mother. Mr. Black himself brought forth this point by saying that his mom was in her 80s. Who would give up on a parent like that? But the stubborn wifey was not ready to listen to any argument.
But you know what? As far as him talking about cooking and cleaning, look at him now. I made that happen for him. I remember when he didn't know how to dress. You know what? He come out with hair standing up like a Don King, let you shop, one gym shoe on and one gym shoe, and you ain't going nowhere with me. I made him what he is today.
I know Lisa is quite interesting to watch, but it was time to get to the stealing part. Well, turns out that she tried to knock off her own husband by cashing a check without his consent. And how did the poor guy find out about it? Well, the bank manager told him. So you can imagine his reaction.
And I'm talking to the teller. I say, who's there cashing the check? She said, it's your wife. I say, what? She said, what you want me to do? Because if I done gave her the money already. And I said, call the police on her. I want her to go to jail. Get her.
Oh man, this couple is just something. They even have the bank employees involved in their chin wagging. Like, come on! Well, enough of talking to myself. So, she withdrew the money. And Miss Toad, do you have any remorse?
I'll take his money and let him know I took it. I'll wake him up and let him know I took this money. Because Henry don't give me no money no more. Little schoolgirl lunch money that he give me, and he used to give me, but he don't give me no money no more. I wakes him up and tell him I took the money.
Looks like there is no getting rid of this woman. This is what he told the court, that she won't let go of her man. He might be the cheap mama boy. However, she knew to wait. She signed 25 years ago, and so did Mr. Black. That's why can't back out now, but the husband begged to differ.
Do you have any
I got too
interest
much
whatsoever in staying with Mrs. Hard?
He ain't got no other choice.
Miss Black over there needs to grow up because she's
You
not.
can't give a hard, hungry love.
Can I give it to her?
Yeah.
I tried. She's not understanding. It's got to be her way or no way.
No doubt the couple did put on a good show, and like us, Judge Lynn also had a soft spot for Miss Toads. By now, this was getting out of hand, as a woman was eating the sanity of all the people around her. That's why her antics had to be toned down. Let's see how the judge concluded things.
I think you could keep him if you decided that what you want is him and not your way. And that's two different things. And sometimes when you want him and not your way, you have to decide, well, I'm going to compromise on this and compromise on that and bring him back to you. Ms. Black, I like her. I think you like her.
A young wife is seeking a divorce from a baby-making machine, as her deceptive husband has lured him into a bad marriage with 25 kids to take care of. Since now his love portion is worn off of her by Nathaniel's constant infidelities in just 2 months of marriage. And this initial testimony had the judge pumped up like this.
I got 12 sons and I had 15 daughters. I had 27 altogether. She knew, I don't hide nothing from
How do you
nobody
keep
that I
them
get
straight,
involved
Mr.
with.
Smith?
I brought evidence. I got a little something,
So we got the tree here.
Correct.
16 babies' mothers?
kids, mothers, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, how does this guy keep them straight? And why does this guy think it's Nepal to keep going like that? Apparently, he had a chart for his 25 children and 16 baby mamas. Talk about having too many people in a mix. But the judges were concerned that how did he make all of these women fall for him? What game he plays, and believe it or not, he was messing with multiple women at the same time.
5 different
It's
women
sports numbers.
pregnant in the same year.
Correct.
Have you changed your behavior?
I mean, I don't have any other kids. Before Jasmine, and I had been with in between me and her relationship, I had messed with other people. I only had my last 3 kids I didn't have a child for like 3 or 4 years. We just started again or whatever, so.
Wow, isn't he a generous guy? If he already had too many baby mamas, why don't just add Jasmine to the list? Why go all the way and marry her? Clearly she wasn't enough to keep him from messing around? A valid question, right? And this was the case for putting on the ring on her finger.
She had been on the phone for a full week in the morning talking to a fictitious attorney about some money. After a while, I just finally asked her, who are you on the phone with? She said, you remember what I was telling you about? I was supposed to be getting some money from her daughters and everything. So I was like, yeah. She said, well, her attorney, she was supposed to have got the money some years back.
So Nathaniel married Jasmine to avoid the financial burden because he has too many babies on his plate. But did it stop him from making more? Not at all, as there was another baby who was just as old as Jasmine's son.
Your Honor, I mean, we wasn't together at this point. And there's nothing that she had to do.
It's not an issue of cheating, it's an issue of responsibility. I'm
Right.
married to somebody
Right.
and I impregnate somebody else. It's a problem.
Correct,
You
but like
with?
she said I'm a cheater. As many times as Jasmine, she's very absent-minded.
And when the judge asked him why was he exhibiting such behavior, in his defense, his better half was no good mother or wife. Her lying and manipulation drove him into the arms of other women. He even accused her of lying about having cancer. This made the wifey go like this.
Why would you mess around with somebody and, well, women, they do it, but why would you get involved with somebody and they're not helping you do anything? I help take care, I clothe their kids, I clothe Jazz. She hasn't had a 40-a-week job since. She's quit
But I
2
took
jobs
care of
since
your
we've been
2
together.
kids while you was out with another woman.
she
So
has
what do you
2
You don't play with nobody.
I took care of your kids, Jazz. You don't spend money on.
Nathaniel's insolent testimony had the girl racking. Jasmine could not believe that after all she had done for the man, he accused her of being an incompetent wife. Quite a nerve he has after doping a girl into pregnancy and taking care of his lot. Sell her out on TV like that? Man has no heart.
He think this a gag. He trying to make y'all laugh. It's not about this. It's about my kids and these 27 kids
I
he
take
making.
care of her kids.
Leaving. I'm young and I know y'all asked me why I got married because I love him, but at the end of the day, I'm not about to keep playing games with him. I'm getting older. I have a daughter that needs me.
That's what
I'm
I
not
wanted
gonna
to
play.
hear.
This moment acted as a wake-up call for the wife, even though she knew that she was doped by the guy at the podium. Still, Jasmine loved the guy. But clangor like that, kick love out of anyone. And And Judge Lynn was waiting for this leap.
Ms. Cotton,
It's not no game.
that is what I wanted to hear. And I want to hear it, and I don't want you ever to get off that note. I want you to move forward. Don't let him get near you or next to you, because he's not what you need, and he's not going to help you to be economically and emotionally secure.
About now, it wasn't about them, it was the children at hand. So the judge gave a reality check to the woman. Jasmine needs to break the toxic circle and avoid all the persuasions from the deceptive smirk, 'cause he was a lost cause. Whereas for the Casanova, time for knocking some senses.
You do. You get young girls, you tell them the right thing, you
No,
bring them.
that's
No,
not
yes,
true.
you do. I'm not asking you to speak, I'm telling you what it is. And you've got this many mothers in a community that cannot tolerate it anymore. And I don't want to hear another word about it.
Would you marry a guy who is a boozer, no matter how good a charmer he is? I'm sure you'd think twice, right? Well, Maria didn't, and this led to a doping marriage that ended in separation. That is headed towards divorce.
I walked in on my husband and my children one time. He was cutting the boy's hair. So after I got through doing what I was doing in the kitchen, I hear this loud. He didn't end up clipping the baby's ear at the top of his ear while he was cutting his hair.
Were you drunk cutting your kids' hair and just chewing them all up with the
No, it was
clippers?
his first haircut.
Eee, is this guy nuts or what? Chipping off his own son's ear. But in Arnister's defense, it was their son's first haircut, so he panicked. If the kid hadn't moved, he would not have gone through that? Wow, the guy is something. Let's see what the judge has to say about it.
Think that being just right is the state of mind you need to be in to give your child his first haircut. Just,
Well,
on a
and-
logic basis.
And in a marriage with her, you gotta be just right or you're gonna be just crazy.
Wait a minute.
Arnister even claimed, though he drank all the time, still, he was the only responsible person in the house. His wife barely moved a finger from getting the groceries to taking care of their children. All of it was done by him? But Maria begged to differ. She told the court about their wedding night.
So he was drunk, driving with his new wife with no headlights on at
Exactly. I'm
night.
in my wedding dress.
In
Yes,
your
ma'am.
wedding dress.
Yes.
Pull
Exactly.
you over.
You got the woman of your dreams in a white dress looking fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's a yes, baby, here I am moment. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So the drinking and arguing on the most nonsensical started right from the wedding night. And now, things had gotten to the point that the kids were hurting themselves while their mother was working out late and the father was too busy chugging beer with his fellows from the neighborhood. Sheesh! Talk about bad parenting.
Mr. Henry, were you out drinking with your buddies when your kids were inside getting hurt?
No. They was in the playpen. They must bumped each other head, but they only 2 and 1 years old.
Yeah.
So
But when they're 2 and 1, playpen or no, you got to keep your eye on them.
yeah, I was in and out. I was in and out.
In and out?
Yeah.
Well, in Arnister's defense, the only way to survive with the woman was to stay drunk. Quite an accusation coming from a guy who lied about getting robbed twice a week just to keep his wife from asking for money. No, we are not exaggerating. Listen for yourself.
What happened?
I fell asleep.
So you didn't get robbed, you got rolled.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
How often does that happen?
It don't happen all the time. If we fussing, I just leave the house and stop a fight.
It don't happen all the time.
It don't happen all the
Once should be enough
No,
for you.
see, sometimes I just tell her that I got robbed.
And apparently there was also infidelity involved in their relationship, as Maria told the judge how a woman came to her calming about messing with her husband. But Arnister brushed it off by saying he never cheated on her after getting married. While talking about it, he also talked about considering telling them not to take vows.
Both of them told us not to get married.
One time was because of my family member.
What was the family member saying?
This family member knew that I wanted to marry him, but I wasn't sure. So he went up to the preacher and was like, "Well, look, when she get ready to come at you, I don't want her to
Marry him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she come to you, tell her, nah, I can't do it. I can't marry you."
This surely was quite a ride, no doubt. But now it is time to wrap it up. So the wife told the court how a huge portion of her life was ruined by her husband's drunkenness. And as now they were separated, she needed his assistance apart from child support and extra money provided by him. However, the judge gave this verdict on the matter.
I can't give you anything for those specific things. This man's doing his part. He's paying his child support and he's giving you money above and beyond that because he knows the child support isn't enough. I can't just all of a sudden after 4 years of separation give you the rent and everything. He seems like he's trying to do the right thing. I don't get that a lot in here and I thank you for it. You're trying to do the right thing economically.